So, welcome to ICA International CUET online coaching. So, today we are going to discuss in detail regarding the module 5, that is microbiology. So, first of all, what are microbes or microorganisms and what are their diversity types, different kinds of it? So, microbes or simply microorganisms include acellular entities, example virus, then prokaryotic cells, and at the same time eukaryotic cells. So mainly it is discovered, they are just discovered by Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, and cellular microbes are found in all three domains of life, that is bacteria, archaea and eukarya. So let's go in detail regarding their diversity. So they are just actually small living entities, small microscopic organisms, and they are known as microbes. So first one is bacteria, and bacteria are prokaryotes that are usually single-celled organisms. So most have the cell walls that is actually made up of peptidoglycan, or also known as murin, and they're just everywhere: soil, water, air, and also in our skin, mouth, intestines, major inhabitants in our body too. And the smallest bacteria is Mycoplasma genitalium, and the largest being Thiomargarita namibiensis. And mainly this bacteria, they can be found in many shapes like round, which is coccus, then rod shaped bacillus, then comma shaped vibrio, or the spiral shaped spirilla or spirochete. So just taking a look at this diagram, this is the structure of a bacteria. So it has cell membrane and also its cell wall, which is made up of peptidoglycan, and inside there are numerous ribosomes, and sometimes it consists of this capsule layer, and there are many vertebrate extensions. Then the chromosome, it is actually circular, then the coil, the chromosome DNA, that is it's actually the nucleoid, and also it has a long flagellum. And sometimes we can see there are some extension of this plasma membrane or the cell membrane, that is mesosomes. Some extensions can be seen, and according to their this cell wall, there are like gram positive, then gram negative. So how, on the basis of how they takes up this cell, whether they have a outer cord, and so these are one of the major classes of this microbe, bacteria, and they are prokaryotic organism. So they are of many shapes. So these are the various shapes: circular coccus, rod-shaped bacillus, curved forms, vibrio, then other shapes: helicobacter, helical, then spirilla. So many are there. And next is the term archaea. And archaea are also prokaryotes that are distinguished from bacteria by many features. So not going in detail, but most uniquely, that is a ribosomal RNA sequence. So they also lack peptidoglycan in their cell walls and have unique membrane lipids. So instead of them, they have unique membrane lipids. And many archaea are found in extreme habitats. It's like that is, they are methanophiles, halophiles, and thermophiles. So they are found in extreme temperatures, salinity, etc. The next is the under domain Eukarya, and they includes protists and fungi. So protists are actually unicellular algae, protozoa, then slime molds and water molds. We know that these are all eukaryotes, and these algae are actually photosynthetic protists that together with the cyanobacteria produce about 75% of the planet's oxygen. Then protozoa are also unicellular, then animal-like protists. So usually they are motile, then free-living protozoa function as the principal hunters or grazers of the microbial world. And mainly they feed on this organic matter, my other microbes, etc. This protist, then slime molds are there. They're also protists. and there are like protozoa in one stage of their life cycle, but are like somewhat similar to fungi in other. And the protozoan phase, they hunt for and engulf food particles, so mainly consuming dead and decaying vegetations and other microbes. And next is the water moles. So as their name implies, they are found in the surface of water, that is freshwater sources and moist soil. So they also feed on this decaying vegetation such as logs. And next one is the fungi. There are also diverse group of microorganisms. They are eukaryotes, ranging from unicellular form yeast to molds and mushrooms, multicellular forms. And mainly these molds and mushroom are multicellular fungi that form thin thread-like structures called hyphae. So these are their hyphae. So these are mushrooms, fungi, and so they absorb nutrients from the dead and decaying matter. That is, they are actually saprophytic, including the organic molecules that they use as a source of carbon and energy. Then next is the viruses. So viruses are acellular entities. They're just obligate intracellular parasites because outside they are non-living and inside a host they're just living, and they need this. They also hijack this host machinery in order to replicate, and they are the smallest of all microbes. The smallest is 10,000 times smaller than a typical bacterium. But their small size belies their power because they can cause many animal and plant diseases, viral diseases, and many have the history. We have human history where many epidemics, and currently now we are also facing one. And the diseases they cause include smallpox, rabies, influenza, AIDS, common cold, there's some cancers, and now most prominently this coronavirus disease, COVID-19.